Hello, my dear students. I'm happy to see you again. Thank you for joining me today. In this lesson, we will talk about something happening in the world right now. It is about Israel and Iran. These two countries had a conflict. One side made an attack. The other side answered. Now many people around the world are watching. Some feel worried. Some feel confused. But don't worry, my friends. This lesson is not about fear. It is about learning. We want to understand what is happening. When we understand the news, we become wiser. We can think clearly. We can talk with others. We don't just repeat what we hear. We ask questions. We grow. Learning about the world also helps our English. We learn new words. We learn how to talk about real things. So today, we will go step by step. I will speak slowly and clearly. If you don't understand everything, that's okay. Just listen and learn what you can. You are doing great. Let's begin. One day, something big happened. It was a surprise. Israel made an attack on Iran. This was not just any small event. It was serious. Many people around the world started watching closely. Israel sent planes, or maybe they used computer attacks, also called cyber weapons. They attacked something important inside Iran. What did they attack? Some news reports say it was a nuclear facility. A nuclear facility is a place where people work with nuclear power. Other reports say it was a military base. A military base is a place where soldiers, weapons, and war tools are kept. Why did Israel attack this place? Some people say Israel was afraid that Iran might make nuclear weapons in the future. Israel wanted to stop that before it happened. They believed this attack would make Iran weaker. They said they were trying to keep their own country safe. After the attack, there was damage. Some buildings were broken. There was fire. Some people died. Some people were hurt. Families were sad. People in Iran were angry. They said this was not fair. Israel said, "We had to do this. It was to protect our people." They believe that if Iran becomes strong with nuclear power, it will be dangerous for them and for the region. But not everyone agrees. Some people in the world think violence is not the answer. They say talking and peace are better. They worry that this kind of attack can start a big war. They say, what if Iran wants to attack back? Then what will happen next? This is how big problems can start. One attack leads to another. Fear grows. People become more angry and more divided. Still, Israel believes they did the right thing. They feel they must stop any danger before it grows. They think this is the only way to stay safe. Iran, on the other hand, feels hurt. They feel they were attacked without a good reason. They want to show that they are strong too. That's why the world was waiting to see. What will Iran do next? In the middle of all this are normal people. Families, children, workers. They are not part of the government. They are not part of the army. But they suffer the most during war and violence. That is the sad truth of conflict. Many people hope this fight will not get worse. Many leaders from other countries asked both Israel and Iran to stop. They said, "Please don't make it bigger. Don't start a war." But the situation is still tense. That means it is not peaceful. It is not calm. Everyone is watching. When one country attacks another, it creates fear, anger, and more fighting. That is why it's so important to understand what is happening and to talk about peace, not just war. So now we know. The first big action came from Israel. They attacked. They said it was for safety. Iran disagrees. And now, the world waits to see what happens next. One day, something big happened. It was a surprise. Israel made an attack on Iran. This was not just any small event. It was serious. Many people around the world started watching closely. Israel sent planes, or maybe they used computer attacks, also called cyber weapons. They attacked something important inside Iran. What did they attack? Some news reports say it was a nuclear facility. A nuclear facility is a place where people work with nuclear power. Other reports say it was a military base. A military base is a place where soldiers, weapons, and war tools are kept. Why did Israel attack this place? Some people say Israel was afraid that Iran might make nuclear weapons in the future. Israel wanted to stop that before it happened. They believed this attack would make Iran weaker. They said they were trying to keep their own country safe. After the attack, there was damage. Some buildings were broken. There was fire. Some people died. Some people were hurt. Families were sad. People in Iran were angry. They said this was not fair. Israel said, "We had to do this. It was to protect our people." They believe that if Iran becomes strong with nuclear power, it will be dangerous for them and for the region. But not everyone agrees. Some people in the world think violence is not the answer. They say talking and peace are better. They worry that this kind of attack can start a big war. They say, what if Iran wants to attack back? Then what will happen next? This is how big problems can start. One attack leads to another. Fear grows. People become more angry and more divided. Still, Israel believes they did the right thing. They feel they must stop any danger before it grows. They think this is the only way to stay safe. Iran, on the other hand, feels hurt. They feel they were attacked without a good reason. They want to show that they are strong too. That's why the world was waiting to see. What will Iran do next? In the middle of all this are normal people, families, children, workers. They are not part of the government. They are not part of the army. But they suffer the most during war and violence. That is the sad truth of conflict. Many people hope this fight will not get worse. Many leaders from other countries asked both Israel and Iran to stop. They said, "Please don't make it bigger. Don't start a war." But the situation is still tense. That means it is not peaceful. It is not calm. Everyone is watching. When one country attacks another, it creates fear, anger, and more fighting. That is why it's so important to understand what is happening and to talk about peace, not just war. So now we know. The first big action came from Israel. They attacked. They said it was for safety. Iran disagrees. And now, the world waits to see what happens next. Iran was very angry after the attack. The leaders of Iran spoke clearly. They said, "Israel attacked us first. We did nothing wrong. We will not stay silent." The people in Iran were also upset. They wanted to see a response. They wanted their country to show strength. At first, Iran waited. They did not attack right away. But after a few days, they made a decision. Iran decided to attack back. Iran used missiles and drones. A missile is a powerful weapon that flies through the sky and hits a target. A drone is a small flying machine, often controlled by computer that can carry cameras or weapons. Iran sent these towards Israel. Where did the missiles and drones go? Some went toward military places. Some reports say they were aimed at army bases. Others may have been directed at important buildings or airports. Some were stopped by Israel's defense system, but others may have hit their target. Iran said, "This is not revenge. This is self-defense. We are defending our land and our people. We have the right to protect ourselves." This new attack made the situation worse. People in Israel were scared. Sirens rang in many cities. People ran to shelters. Schools and shops closed for safety. Families stayed inside their homes. At the same time, people in Iran were waiting too. They worried that Israel might attack again. Everyone was nervous. The fear was growing on both sides. Around the world, leaders started to speak. The United Nations asked both countries to stop. They said, "War is not the answer. Too many innocent people can get hurt." The United States, Europe, and other countries also called for peace. But peace was not easy to find. The problem now is that both sides feel they are right. Israel says, We attacked to stop danger. Iran says, we responded to protect our country. When both sides feel right, it becomes very hard to stop the fighting. People everywhere started asking questions. What will happen next? Will Israel attack again? Will Iran do more? Will other countries join in? Some people said this could become a big war in the Middle East. Many normal people in Israel and Iran do not want war. They want peace. They want safety for their children. But now, both countries are on high alert. That means their armies are ready for more action. Planes, tanks, and soldiers are waiting. It is a very serious moment. News channels talked about it all day. Social media was full of videos and pictures. Everyone had an opinion. Some supported Israel, some supported Iran, but many people said the same thing. Please stop. We don't want more fighting. So, what did we learn in this part? Iran was attacked. Iran responded. They used missiles and drones to attack Israel. They said it was their right. Israel prepared for more. Now the danger is higher. People are afraid of a bigger war. Day by day, the situation between Israel and Iran became more serious. Let's take a simple look at what happened. Step by step. This timeline will help you understand the order of events. It is very important to see how quickly things happened and how one action led to another. Day 1. Israel attacks Iran. It started suddenly. There was no warning. Israel decided to attack a place inside Iran. Some say it was a military base. Others say it was a nuclear facility. Israel said they did it to protect their country. The attack surprised many people. It made big news around the world. After this, everything changed. Day 2. Iran speaks and warns. The next day, Iran responded, not with weapons, but with strong words. The leaders of Iran were very angry. They said, this was an act of war. We cannot accept it. Iran warned Israel and the world. They said, we will answer. We will defend ourselves. People waited. What would happen next? Day 3 and Day 4. Iran attacks Israel. Then, Iran attacked. They used drones and missiles. These weapons flew through the sky and tried to hit places in Israel. Some were stopped by Israel's defense system, but others may have hit targets. People in Israel ran to safe places. Sirens warned them to hide. It was a scary moment for many families. After that, the world watches with fear. Now, the whole world is watching. Countries like the United States, Russia, China, and the members of the United Nations are paying close attention. They are holding meetings. They are asking both Israel and Iran to stop. They want peace. But at the same time, many countries are also choosing sides. Some support Israel, some support Iran. People around the world are asking questions. Will this fight continue? Will other countries join? Will it become a big war? No one knows for sure, but everyone feels the danger. The fear is growing and the tension is high. In just a few days, things changed fast. First, Israel attacked, then Iran warned. Next, Iran attacked. Now the world is watching. In just 4 days, the peace between two powerful countries broke. And now, many people feel afraid. Why is this timeline important? Because it shows how quickly a small fight can grow into something bigger. It also shows how one decision, one attack, can change everything. This situation is not just about weapons. It's also about feelings, history, fear, and pride. Both countries believe they are right. That makes it harder to stop the fighting. But understanding the timeline helps us learn. It helps us see the cause and effect, action and reaction. Right now, many people want peace. But peace is not easy. It takes time. It takes listening. It takes strong leaders who are not afraid to stop and think. So now you know the basic timeline. Day 1. Israel attacks. Day 2. Iran gives a warning. Day 3 to 4. Iran attacks back. After that, The world is watching closely, and the situation is still not over. There could be more attacks, or there could be a chance for peace. We don't know yet, but one thing is clear. This moment is very serious, and we all hope that things do not get worse. Israel decided to attack first because they are very worried about their safety. They feel threatened by what Iran is doing. This fear is the main reason why Israel took action before Iran did anything else. Iran has a nuclear program that is very strong and growing. A nuclear program means Iran is working to build powerful energy and weapons that use nuclear technology. Israel believes Iran wants to make nuclear bombs, which are very dangerous weapons. These bombs can cause a lot of damage and hurt many people. Israel does not want Iran to have these bombs because it would be a big threat to their country's safety. Iran also supports groups like Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a group of fighters who do not like Israel. They sometimes attack Israel or plan to attack. Iran gives weapons and money to these groups to help them. This makes Israel feel even more worried because they believe Iran is helping enemies who want to fight against Israel. Because of these reasons, Israel feels that if they wait, Iran will become too strong and dangerous. Israel wants to stop this before it happens. They think that attacking Iran now can slow down Iran's nuclear program. Israel believes this will protect their country from future attacks. Israel is acting to defend itself. They want to make sure their people are safe. Sometimes, countries attack first if they feel a big threat coming. This is called a preemptive attack. Israel thinks that waiting and doing nothing could be more dangerous. It is important to know that Israel's attack is not just about fighting. It is about fear and survival. Israel sees Iran's actions as a serious danger to their future. They want to stop Iran's power before it grows too big. At the same time, many people in the world watch this situation and feel worried. Some think Israel has the right to protect itself. Others believe attacking can cause more problems. This is a complicated situation with many different views. Israel believes the risk of Iran having nuclear bombs is too big to ignore. They want to act early to avoid bigger conflicts later. This is why Israel attacked first. Iran, of course, does not like this attack. They feel attacked and threatened. That is why they respond with force. Both countries feel scared and want to protect themselves. This fear leads to conflict. The world hopes that these countries can find peace. But fear and suspicion make it difficult. Israel attacked because it feels the danger is real and urgent. This is the main reason why Israel struck first. Iran decided to attack back because they had their own reasons. When Israel attacked first, Iran felt hurt and angry. They believed that Israel started the fight, and they could not stay silent. Iran said Israel started the fight. This means Iran thought Israel was the first one to cause the problem. Iran wanted to show that they are strong and ready to protect themselves. They wanted everyone to know that they would not be weak or afraid. When a country is attacked, it often wants to defend its people and land. Iran wanted to keep its people safe from more harm. This is why they decided to fight back. Iran also wanted to send a message to the world and to Israel. They wanted to say, "We are not weak. If you attack us again, we will respond." This message is important because it shows that Iran will protect itself and will not be scared by threats or attacks. By attacking Israel, Iran wanted to show strength and courage. They wanted their own people to feel safe and proud. At the same time, Iran wanted other countries to see that they will defend themselves if attacked. This is a way of saying that Iran will not accept attacks without answering back. Iran's attack was not just about fighting. It was about standing up and protecting what they believe is theirs. When countries fight, it is often because they want to keep their land, their people, and their pride. The situation is very tense because both Israel and Iran feel scared and threatened. Each country wants to protect itself, but also wants to show strength to the other. This creates fear on both sides. Many people around the world watch this situation with worry. They hope the fighting will stop soon. But for now, Iran felt it had to respond to the attack to defend itself and its people. Iran's attack back was a way to say, We will not be attacked without fighting back. They wanted to protect their country and show the world they are strong. This is why Iran attacked after Israel. It was a reaction, a defense, and a message all in one. Both countries want to stay safe, but the fear and anger between them make the situation dangerous. This cycle of attack and response can be very harmful if it continues. Many hope for peace, but right now, Iran believes that attacking back was necessary. This is the main reason why Iran chose to attack after Israel. Right now, the situation is very serious. Many people feel worried and scared. Why is this happening? Because there are many dangers that can make things worse very fast. One big danger is that more attacks can happen soon. When one country attacks, the other may attack back again. This can create a cycle of fighting that never ends. When countries keep attacking each other, it is called a conflict. If it gets bigger, it can turn into a war. Another danger is that other countries might join the fight. Sometimes countries have friends or allies who help them. If more countries join, the fighting will become much bigger and more dangerous. This is why the whole world watches the situation closely. The Middle East is already a very sensitive area. It has many countries with different ideas and problems. If the fighting between Israel and Iran grows, it could cause a full war in the Middle East. A full war means many countries fighting at the same time. This would cause a lot of damage. One problem that many people think about is oil prices. The Middle East has a lot of oil. Oil is very important for the world because it is used for fuel and energy. If there is war in the Middle East, oil production may stop or become less. This will make oil prices go higher. When oil prices go up, many things become more expensive. It can make life harder for people everywhere. The most important danger is for ordinary people. When countries fight, it is often children, women, and families who suffer the most. Many people may lose their homes. They may have no food or water. Hospitals may not work well because of the fighting. People who have nothing to do with the war become victims. Families can be separated. Children may not go to school. Everyone lives in fear. This is the worst part of war. Innocent people suffer even when they do not want to fight. Because of all these dangers, the world is very worried. Leaders from different countries talk to each other to try to stop the fighting. They want peace and safety for all people. Many people hope for calm and good talks to solve the problem. They want to avoid more attacks and avoid a big war. But the danger is real. More attacks could happen, and that would make the situation worse. Everyone must watch carefully and hope for peace. The future depends on wise decisions from leaders and on everyone's desire to stop the violence. This moment is very serious. It can change the future of many people and countries. That is why the whole world is watching and why many people feel worried about what will happen next. We all hope for peace, safety, and a better tomorrow for everyone, especially for children and families who only want to live without fear. Right now, many countries around the world are talking about what is happening between Israel and Iran. The situation is very serious, and leaders want to find a way to stop the fighting and bring peace. People everywhere are watching and hoping for the best. The United States, one of the most powerful countries in the world, is asking both Israel and Iran to stop fighting. The US wants to help calm the situation and prevent the conflict from growing bigger. They say that talking and peace are better than war and violence. The United Nations, which is an organization of almost every country in the world, has also spoken. The United Nations says, "Please don't fight." They want to help both sides find peaceful solutions. The United Nations works to keep peace and help countries talk to each other instead of using weapons. Some countries are supporting Israel because they believe Israel has the right to protect itself. They agree with Israel's reasons for the attack and want to help Israel stay safe. These countries send messages of support and sometimes offer help. Other countries support Iran. They believe Iran has the right to defend itself after the attack. They say Iran is protecting its land and people. These countries also send words of support and sometimes help Iran. But many people around the world are tired of hearing about fighting and war. They don't want either side to hurt each other. They want peace and safety for everyone. These people hope leaders will choose to talk and find a way to stop the conflict. People want to live in a world where families are safe, children can go to school, and everyone can work and grow without fear. War and violence make life hard for many innocent people. Many communities and peace groups are working hard to spread messages of calm and hope. They encourage people to pray for peace and to support leaders who want to solve problems without fighting. People in many countries are also helping by sending food, medicine, and support to families affected by the conflict. Even though they live far away, they feel connected to those suffering and want to help in any way they can. News channels and social media are full of updates about the conflict. Some news tries to explain what is happening, while other news can make people more worried. It is important to listen to trusted sources and stay calm. Leaders know that the world is watching. They understand that war would bring big problems not only to Israel and Iran, but to many countries everywhere. The future depends on what choices these leaders make now. People everywhere hope that talks and agreements will come soon. They want peace to return and fighting to stop. No one wants more sadness or damage. The voices asking for peace are getting louder every day. They come from leaders, groups, and ordinary people just like you and me. These voices remind us that peace is possible if we all work for it. So, the world is saying clearly, stop fighting, talk, and find peace. This message is strong and clear because people want a safe and better world for all. Now, it is time for hope and action to grow together. The future can be brighter if everyone chooses peace over war. Right now, the world is at a very important moment. What will happen next is not clear. No one knows for sure if there will be peace or more fighting. It feels like the world is standing at a fork in the road, and we must choose the right path. One path leads to war. If the fighting continues, more attacks can happen. More people can get hurt or lose their homes. Families will suffer. Children will be afraid. Many innocent people will face sadness and loss. War can cause a lot of pain, not only for Israel and Iran, but for other countries nearby too. It can make life hard for many people around the world because wars often affect the whole world. War also brings fear and uncertainty. People will worry about their safety every day. Businesses may close. Schools might stop. Hospitals might have fewer medicines and help. When war grows, the economy can get worse and many people can lose their jobs. Life becomes very difficult for many families. On the other hand, there is the path of peace. Peace means leaders sit down and talk with each other. They listen to one another and try to find solutions without using weapons. Peace means stopping the attacks and protecting lives. When leaders choose peace, they show respect for human life and for the future of their countries. Peace allows people to live without fear. Children can go to school and play safely. Families can work and plan for the future. When there is peace, countries can build friendships and work together. Trade grows, and people have better jobs and more food. Peace helps communities grow strong. Choosing peace is not always easy. It takes courage for leaders to talk when feelings are angry or when there is fear. But peace is the best way to avoid more sadness and destruction. Peace saves lives. We all hope that the leaders will choose peace. We hope they will remember the cost of war and the power of talking and understanding. Many people around the world are asking for peace. They want leaders to listen and work for a safer, better world. Each of us can also help. We can pray for peace. We can learn about what is happening and tell others why peace is important. We can support groups and leaders who work for calm and friendship. When many people want peace, it becomes stronger. The future depends on the choices made today. Will the leaders listen to the voices for peace? Will they find a way to stop fighting? Or will anger and fear make the conflict grow? No one can say for sure what will happen next, but we can believe that peace is possible. We can hope that talking will replace fighting. In the end, peace or war is a choice. Peace brings hope, safety, and a better future for all. War brings pain, fear, and loss. The world watches and waits. We must all wish and work for peace, because peace helps everyone. Let's keep hoping for a day when children can smile without fear, families can live without sadness, and countries can live together in friendship. The choice is in the hands of the leaders, but the voice of the people for peace is strong. We must believe peace is possible and keep working for it every day. Let's remember what happened. First, Israel attacked Iran. Then, Iran responded with its own attack. Because of this, the danger between these two countries is getting bigger. Many people around the world are watching closely and feeling worried. But now you understand what is happening. You are smarter because you know the story. Always remember, peace is better than war. Peace keeps people safe and happy. War brings sadness and pain. We all hope for peace so that no one gets hurt. Stay calm and keep learning about the world. You can help by wishing for peace and sharing kindness with others. Together, we can make the world a better place.